Hi, I'm Tony Clarke. I'm the founder and director of the Polaris Institute in Canada, where we work on a variety of public policy issues in Canada and around the world, focusing largely on economic and on ecological justice issues. When I first got the Right Livelihood Award, largely the focus was on trade justice and working on international and global economy issues and their impacts, such as international trade and finance and investment issues, and also very much on water and the impact upon water issues around the world. We've been doing a lot of work on global water issues, and that was a major focus of the work that I was doing. Since receiving the award, I've gone on to put more time and energy into looking at two things in my own country. One is, on the one hand, the fact that we have something called the tar sands, which is a huge mega development, the largest of its kind to be found anywhere in the world, where to get access to new supplies of oil means going beneath the sedimentary rock basin and getting the bitumen out of the sedimentary rock basin, and the bitumen contains oil, crude oil components, and to get that out and to be able to produce that. And it requires a great deal of technology, and it ends up destroying and damaging very seriously the environment in the process. So that has that's a major issue because it affects carbon emissions. It's the fastest growing global warming machine we have in Canada. It affects water supplies in a very, very big way because it drains a great deal of water. You require a great deal of water for the production process, and you end up contaminating it. And thirdly, you end up destroying or damaging the boreal forest, which is nature's carbon sink and ways of dealing with carbon in a natural way. And so these are very serious ecological issues, and we need to address this. And this is the biggest project of its kind, as I said, on the planet. So we have an obligation in Canada to really try to stop that or change the way in which that operates in the future. So that's one part of the energy where I put one area where I put a great deal of energy lately. The second is that it isn't enough just to be against things and to be resisting things. It's really important to be working on alternatives. And I have put a lot of my time and energy in recent years on the whole question of what needs to happen in changing and transforming our economy to make it a much more sustainable economy for the future. So therefore, we have put together a whole network of unions, working with environmental groups, working with social justice organizations and youth movements to start to build a process in Canada for a transition to an alternative, a more sustainable economic future. Well, you know, the award itself has been an important thing you take seriously in a personal way because of the fact that I think it makes you realize that there are so many wonderful people doing wonderful things around the world. Why you, in the first place, getting it? And you have to ask yourself that question, and it's a humbling experience, if you want to put it that way, because you recognize that there are many other people who deserve to be recognized in that way. So I find that what the award has done for me is to make me more of a servant, more to serve people, to work with people and to recognize their work and their value. And I think more than anything else that has had an impact on me is to realize that there are so many other people doing wonderful work, and it's important to recognize their work. And that's been the most important thing I think that has come from receiving the award as far as me personally is concerned. It's something that certainly can be used to help draw attention to the work that you're doing and the importance of it, yes. But again, for me, it's also you can use it to help draw attention to other people's work and why it's important to support and provide resources for that work. And thirdly, I think it hopefully has helped myself and will help others to gain access to decision makers and to say that you've got to listen to this because the rest of the world is being impacted by it. And I'm a part of a network of people around the world who have devoted their lives to making a better world possible. And it's important for you people to listen to what they have to say. Well, I think in the 21st century we are faced with profound decisions that unless we get it right, unless we figure out how to deal with these issues in the 21st century, we may not see much. We may not see much of a future for the planet. And it seems to me that what is at stake is that the planet, the survival of the planet, in the context of the universe, is something that we really need to become much more aware of and conscious of. And so I would say that the challenges that we face today are of a profound nature. We have to change our economic model because our economic model is fundamentally unsustainable. And that means that we have to bring all of the intelligence and resources and understandings of the impact of that economic model and the footprint the environmental footprint that it leaves, and recognize that we need to change the way in which we do things, the way we extract and develop resources, natural resources, the way we produce goods and services, the way we transport people and freight, and so on and so forth. We need to fundamentally change our models of production and consumption in relationship to the environment itself. And those are fundamental, there's a fundamental turnaround that needs to take place. And we need to go through a kind of a great, what some people have called a great turning, that needs to go on. And that great turning has three elements to it. There's a cultural turning. We have to change our values fundamentally, and how we look upon the world and our impact upon the world and the environment. We have to fundamentally change our economics. And so there has to be a big economic turning. And there has to be a political turning as well. So there are three turnings that need to take place: cultural turning, economic turning, and political turning. And that's the kind of challenge I think we're faced with. And unless we do that, then the future of the planet will be very much at stake.